Hello, hello. Do you know that everything you do is a choice? Everything you are is a choice. My name is Linda. I'm your Back in the Groove Again coach. I'm here to help you live your best life now so that you can love what you do. I was reminded this morning of the choices that we make. I was speaking to a client this morning, and she says that she's optimistic, that she seems to always have been optimistic. And then she says, well, we have a choice, so we could choose our attitudes and we could choose our beliefs and that we could choose what we do on a day to day basis. And I'm wondering if you think that's true. I remember a few years ago, I was telling somebody that I was bored. I said, I'm bored. Everything's so boring. And so that person said to me, well, being bored is a choice. Boredom is a choice. And I thought, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's a feeling. I don't have anything to do. I'm not sure what, I didn't know what that person meant by boredom is a choice. And I didn't get that until years later, really, when I started understanding that I have a choice in everything, right? I have a choice in everything. So I could wake up this morning, and I have to be honest, when I woke up this morning, I was already tired. I was out of town on the weekend, and I drove, several hours, got home last night, and I didn't really feel like waking up this morning. I didn't really feel like it. Now I woke up because I was meeting some clients in the morning. But it wasn't until I started talking with that student that I was reminded yet again that I have a choice. I have a choice on how I wake up in the morning. I have a choice on the attitude that I decide to take in the morning. In fact, I have a choice in everything that I do and everything that I am. And I want you to be thinking of that today. Do you think you have a choice? And if you don't, what do you think is preventing you from thinking that you have choices? Could it be that you're being influenced by other people and other people are telling you, well, you don't have a choice. This is the way it is. Could it be that you're influenced by the culture that you live in? We all live in a certain environment. We all live in a geographical environment. We live in a culture that might be a culture that believes in certain things and you don't believe in that, but yet you believe in it because that's the culture believes in it. So are you being influenced by other people thinking that you don't have a choice in certain things? Maybe it's our beliefs. Now, oftentimes it's our beliefs that kind of tell us that we don't have a choice. So we call them limiting beliefs. We may have beliefs that limit us, limit our our ways of being, that limit our ways of thinking. And I'll give you an example of a limiting belief. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, or nobody likes me, for example, right? Let's pretend I think that way. Now, oftentimes I may not know that I believe that. I might not know that that's what I feel. But if I'm not going to apply for certain jobs, for example, maybe I have a limiting belief that tells me that I'm not worthy, or maybe that tells me that I'm not good enough. But I may not know that that's the belief, right? And so I continue to not applying for certain jobs, or I can continue to not apply or go for certain opportunities because I don't really think that I can do that. That's a limiting belief. So I'm choosing to not apply for those jobs or not go for those opportunities, for example, because I've always believed that way. And why would I think any different, right? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? We're talking about choices today. So I said, what influences our choices? A lot of people think they don't have choices. They, it is what it is. We don't have any other ways of believing that. But oftentimes, our limiting beliefs are what prevent us from choosing differently. So it's not until we start realizing that maybe that's what's driving the show. It's part of our belief system that's preventing us from choosing things that are different for us. So that's something to keep in mind is what is preventing me from making different choices. And I want you to be thinking, first of all, that you do choose, right? You choose who you hang out with. So if there's no other person around, then you might choose to hang out with a person that might influence you in one way or the other. Maybe because there aren't any other options at the time, but that could be again a limiting belief. Are there other options? Are there other people in your neighborhood? Are there other ways of meeting people? So all of these, when you really start thinking about it, it boils down to what it is you want and what it is you choose for yourself. So, Mindset Monday today, it's really all about choice. And are you aware of what is driving your choices? When that guy said to me that boredom is a choice, and I didn't understand that. It took me a while to understand really what he meant by that. I started realizing, excuse me, started realizing that he was right. That boredom was a choice. That in fact, I could choose to be bored, or I could choose to keep myself busy by doing other things, or I could choose to simply be and do nothing. And that's okay, right? You don't have to be busy all the time, but it's the knowing that you have a choice that makes the difference. So, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. Yes, I am on three three platforms today. I'm on my Facebook group, and I'm on my business Facebook group, and I'm on YouTube as well. I'm wondering, what do you think are some of the choices that you have? Well, you might be really surprised to think that everything is a choice, right? I'm still choosing to live in Canada. Yeah, like I'm still choosing to live in Canada. I could choose to live anywhere else if I wanted to. So there's a lot of things, whether it's culture or whether it's the pandemic that prevent us from choosing different things. But first, I think the idea is to be aware. Be aware that it's a choice. I think that's the first thing. Instead of thinking, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Well, that's not true. Everything you do, everything you are is in fact a choice. The clothes that I wear is a choice. What I eat is a choice. How I occupy my time, all of those things are choices. My attitude is a choice. And eventually you might understand too that some of the beliefs that you have, once you become aware that it could be limiting beliefs that are preventing you from maybe living a different life, once you're aware that it's limiting beliefs, then those become a choice. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with just accepting what is. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's knowing that I'm choosing what is, and I'm okay with it, right? So that then becomes in my power, in my control, that I'm choosing what is. Once I become aware that my circumstances are what it is, and I'm choosing that, I'm aware that I'm choosing that, and I'm okay with that, then I'm content with that, right? Then that becomes my choice. my choice of attitude. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Very brief and to the point. This is Linda, your back in the groove again coach. I'm here to help you live your best life now so that you can love what you do. Today was Mindset Monday, and I'll see you on Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday at 1:30. See you everybody now. Have a great day. Take care now.